Hello guys, welcome back to Ride With Me. Hope you all are doing great. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Prasanna and I do a lot of travel videos and bike ride videos. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button guys. And today's video is going to be about the much awaited 2021 BS6 Interceptor 650 model review. So it's not going to be a detailed review, but it's going to be a first impression review because those of you who would have seen my delivery video of the 2021 BS6 Interceptor 650. It was the first vehicle in Chennai, part of the Retro Riders Chennai. So if you've not checked the video yet, I'll give you the link in the top right corner. Do check it out without fail. So in today's video, we're going to check out how the new Interceptor 2021 BS6 model is performing. He has done about 1000 kilometers on the odometer. So let's talk to the owner. Let's see his first impressions because he has also upgraded from a 150cc to a 650cc. So we'll ask him how his transition of the power was, and we'll also take a quick spin on the beauty, the new Interceptor 650 BS6 2021 model, and we'll see how is it different from my Beast. What's wrong with my Beast? My Beast is doing great. So time is right now 4:39 to be precise. So guys, are you all excited to review the first Interceptor 2021 BS6 model of Chennai? The famous Kodambak. Hey, why are you dancing now? Very risky to overtake this guy. Okay, there's no visibility here, but this beast will take me out. Okay. So guys, finally we have reached the place, and here is our Yogi bro and his beautiful sunset strip. So yeah guys, you all would have seen the cinematic video of this beautiful sunset strip Interceptor 2021 BS6 model, and here is our Yogi bro. And
hi Prasanna,
hi
thanks
bro
for having me and my Raven.
Yeah,
thank you.
So looks like a mini Ajit Kumar, right? So if he's little fat, he'll be like Ajit Kumar only.
Honor.
Yeah. So how's the vehicle, bro? Just one word about this vehicle first.
Exciting.
Exciting. Nice word. Because nobody saw this Interceptor 650 coming, and it just took the market by a storm, right? All of a sudden. And yeah, about the BS6, I have my BS4 there, and there's a BS6 here. So what do you think is the major difference between these two?
The refinement is what I would say. Right? So I would say that's a major step up in terms of how it's been refined. It's more refined, it's more quieter. Maybe it's a pro or a con, I couldn't say, but that's the refinement is the only change between BS4 and BS6.
BS6, all right. So how is your new vehicle? You've done about 1,000 kilometers in your odometer, right?
1,075 odd.
And it's been 15 days, just 15 days.
Yeah.
So we have already done a ride together.
Absolutely, yeah.
So how's the experience? How's the first 1,000 kilometers of the bike?
It's beautiful. I mean, it just goes with the flow and the sheer raw power that stands out. I mean, if I want to describe one word in this 1,000 kilometers, it's the mid-punch.
Okay.
Is what stands out in the entire package. Yeah.
Right. So you had a Pulsar 150 previously, right?
180.
180, all right. So how is the upgrade from 180 to 650?
Massive.
Massive upgrade, right?
In terms of the sheer power and as well as the weight and the way the bike handles, it's two different ends of the spectrum, I would say.
Definitely. So how easy was it for you to change from a 180 to 650 all of a sudden? And how did this bike cooperate with you?
I wouldn't say it's completely easy or smooth. That will be completely lying in a way. But yeah, it's a major step up. Definitely the power is there. I mean, almost thrice the amount of power from 180.
Definitely, yeah.
And I could feel that. Okay. The moment you twist the throttle, you could feel that sheer amount of power.
Definitely, yeah. So from a Bajaj to a Royal Enfield, so why RE
Okay.
and why 650?
Okay. As you might know, I'm upgrading myself from a Pulsar 180, and that's a 15-year-old vehicle. So I bought it in 2006, and that's the launch of 180,
Okay,
right? So
yeah.
it was a niche category. So I had three major constraints when I thought of purchasing a new vehicle. So one, it should have a unique perspective, unique value proposition. Next, it should be an upgrade in the power.
Definitely.
And thirdly, it should be future-proof.
Okay.
So I should maintain a vehicle at least for the next 10 or 15 years. So these were the three constraints in my mind. And honestly, believe me, Royal Enfield Interceptor was not one of it. Was not one of the shortlisted model
Really?
when I started the hunt.
Oh,
Right, so I was open enough to explore the market.
Okay.
So I explored vehicles like a Dominar 400, then a Duke 390, a Highness 350, and
Nice.
finally the Royal Enfield Interceptor. Though all the vehicles had its pros, for example, Dominar was sheer easy to ride.
yeah, easy
right?
to ride, exactly.
And Duke 390 was a hooligan by itself, right? And then Highness was a jack of all trades.
Yeah, true.
But then, the moment you step on a Royal Enfield Interceptor, all your judgment goes for a toss.
Really, like I
Yeah,
experienced this.
The moment you turn on your bike and you feel the power, right? So everything vanishes. I fell in love with this bike, and with no second thoughts, I went for Interceptor.
Why Interceptor and not GT650?
That's a tricky question, actually, right? So when I test drove the twins, it was a question between my heart and my brain.
Okay.
To an extent, I love it. I was madly in love with the GT.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I was actually really confused between what should I go for, either a Dr. Mayhem from a GT or the Silver Spectre, or this new model.
Okay.
Right? But then I had to give it to my brain finally, because GT was meant to be driven in a particular way.
Correct.
Right,
It's a cafe
it's
racer,
designed
yeah.
to be a proper cafe rider, and it's meant to be driven in a certain way.
That's right, yeah.
And to my rider triangle, that posture was not comfortable for a long touring perspective.
Long touring perspective was not right. But why do you think your heart fell in love with the GT?
The design,
The
sheer
right?
design and the sheer posture,
Really?
especially the tank and the color scheme, I was mad.
And that too from a Royal Enfield.
Exactly.
Such a refined machine.
I was completely in love with it, but again, when you test drove for probably 10 kilometers, you can actually feel that your brain was right. Yeah, at least to me,
Nice.
my personal experience, I felt Interceptor was more comfortable.
Okay, alright. So how was your experience with Royal Enfield as a whole? Like right from your booking time till your delivery? I was there for your delivery, yeah, but apart from that, how was your experience as a customer?
I would say I am surprisingly surprised. The reason being, it was very smooth, very. The transitions were very smooth, and I was quite happy.
Okay.
So, as you know, I made the booking by second week of March. And 22nd of March is when this particular color was launched, and I went and said that I want a Sunstrip strip.
Okay.
Believe me or not, I made the payment and took a vehicle just 3 days beyond
Yeah,
the launch.
right. I
And just
remember
that
this.
there was a couple of days delay in registering the vehicle, because again, this particular
Design
model
was not in the RTO,
in the Vahan database.
Yeah,
But
okay.
that's no fault of the dealer guys. Right? So RE was pleasantly surprising for me.
Okay.
Right? Okay, coming back to the service, right? So it was a pleasant experience. So I did my first service within this 3 days of my delivery. And I went to the showroom by around 9 in the morning, and I got it delivered back by around 1 p.m. I just stayed there, and the experience was too good. Believe
Okay,
me
you
or
stayed
not,
there and got the bike.
yeah, I
there.
just stayed there and got the bike,
Okay.
and the customer launch was too good, and the
that happened.
way I was treated as an Interceptor customer was really
That's
good.
true, because
right?
it's a high-end bike of the Royal
Yeah,
Enfield.
exactly. And also, one thing which caught my attention was the amount of work done in the first service, which is the 500 kilometer. It's not just the air filter and the oil filter and the engine oil. They just go to the extent of changing the tappet settings by opening the engine case and the
that's
crank,
true, that's
right?
true.
So that's the detail of attention RE guys give to the product.
Correct,
That
correct.
took me to a great extent. I really loved the way I was
Nice.
serviced. So far, touch wood, there's no complaints. I wish I carry forward that experience in the days to come.
All right. So just give me a word about your first 1,000 kilometers experience of this beautiful sunset strip.
Absolutely. As I said earlier, right? So it's the power that stands out. The punch in the mid-range.
That's right.
That's exactly what took me by the wow, because that's where you really need the amount of power, and they really nailed it. Right, the moment you cruise and moment you cross that 3000 RPM mark, and you just twist the throttle and you are blown
right.
away.
The power comes from nowhere.
Yeah,
All of a
exactly.
sudden.
and it's a different experience. I couldn't explain to you by words. You have to drive it to experience it.
True.
So the moment
Because I saw your happiness while going to that dam
Yeah,
when
exactly.
we were riding. It was beautiful.
and if I want to look back and see what made me happy in this 1,000 kilometers, that's the sheer amount of power in the mid-range.
Yeah, 180 to a 650 was a good upgrade, and this machine will make it more beautiful for sure. So yeah, a lot of viewers have been asking about. They've been waiting for the delivery of the Interceptor 650 and Continental GT. There's a lot of speculations about the bike allotments in Ari, right? Because the waiting time is 1 month in one showroom and 4 months in one showroom. I don't know how they work, but if you want to tell one word for them, do you think it's worth the wait, or do you think they have to consider other options? What is your suggestion?
It's absolutely worth the wait.
Worth the
There's
wait.
no second thoughts about it. It's absolutely worth the wait. And I know there have been challenges in multiple dealership and showrooms, but at the end of the day, the moment you start driving the vehicle, all those pain points will vanish for sure. So it's definitely worth the wait, I would say.
Guys, not because we both are Interceptor owners, but truly just take a ride and see. This mission will definitely satisfy you in all ways. So finally, one thing that I wanted to ask you was one positive and one negative for this beautiful machine.
Let me start with the negative. So if at all there is one negative I should pinpoint, I wouldn't really call it as a negative because this machine was designed for a purpose, just that it's not the way I am expecting.
Correct.
Yeah, I would say it's the sheer weight and the heftiness of this machine.
Okay.
Though it's a positive in one way, when riding it gives you the stability, but
True.
believe me, that shows really when you are going in stop and go traffic. And also
Yeah, I felt that too.
try reversing the vehicle from a standstill. That really shows. That's maybe I need some time to get used to it, but
Yeah.
at this point in time, yeah, that's one thing which is bothering me. And
The
if I have to,
positive?
the positive. If I have to say what's the positive, the sheer mid-range power. I mean, I think this is the third time I'm repeating myself, but I really mean it. Right, the
Okay.
power in which the way this vehicle drives,
True.
and combined with the value for money proposition, right? So
Correct,
there's no
correct.
other vehicle in this price bracket, which is 3.3 lakh,
Correct.
at
For this-
650cc
Yeah.
parallel twin.
Correct.
So I couldn't, none of the vehicles in this segment, in this market today beats that. So that's the positive I would say.
Thank you very much, bro,
Sure.
for your time.
Pleasure's mine, Prasanna. Good time.
Very good. Congratulations on your mission first. And I was there, said the congratulations there also. So again, a congratulations. Enjoy your mission. Let's ride together.
Definitely. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
see you. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
So guys, finally we get to ride the Royal Enfield BS6 Interceptor 650 2021 model, the Sunset Strip. So this bike, what are the major changes if you see for the 2021 model is that first they've given the fork gaiters. The price is increased by about 8,000 rupees and the only change is the fork gaiters. Anything else they have changed? Nothing else they've changed. Yeah. Another thing is the blackened rims. The blackened rims, because earlier my Interceptor has a silver kind of rims, but now all the Interceptors get this blackened rims. So let's take her for a spin and see how she performs. How different is it from my BS4? So let's go. Actually, there was a lot of expectation or speculation or whatever you call it for the stripper navigation. Okay. There's some acceleration, initial acceleration seen. Okay. Now let's pull her out. Okay. What is the major difference that I see with these? Wow. Okay, so refined, very, very refined, and the braking is just perfect. Wow. The ABS is nice, the braking is nice. And most importantly, I wanted to tell you about the tires, guys. You know, for the price they've increased, they've unfortunately, the new Interceptors get the Seat tires, the Zoom Cruise tires. It's not the Pirelli tires that were there before. That's very unfortunate actually, because I've been using the Pirelli for the past 18 to 20,000 kilometers on my Interceptor, and it has been brilliant, guys. The grips on all the terrains were so hard and so nice and so confident. But I don't know how this is going to work. The Seat Zoom Cruise tires, I don't know how it's going to work. Only after a certain amount of time using the bike, maybe we'll get some good reviews on the performance. The road grip as such is not that bad actually. For here it's good, but I don't know in conditions like wet roads, muds, slush and stuff, how it will perform. In proper roads it does a good job. Seat tires does a good job. Other than that, actually, yeah, the BS6 has an initial acceleration pull extra than the BS4. I agree, but in the longer run, I feel you know, in higher gears and for the top speed, I think BS4 will do a better job than the BS6 engine. Is what I feel, because you know. Okay. Otherwise, I don't see much difference with the BS6 2021 variant. It's got the same 18-inch tires, front and rear, and those are tube tires. I saw them. So it's still a spokes wheel. If RE does something about the alloys, it will be a great consideration, because the main problem with the spokes wheel is when we face a puncture. That too, while touring, we will carry our puncture kits, but then that's not going to help, right? Because for a tube you need to remove the tires to get the puncture done. So that's one of the major drawbacks, but it's okay. With this price and with this proposition that the RE650 has got, it's an ultimate mission, I should say, for sure. Okay, the cornering grip is also not that bad, guys, seriously. Okay, very solid, very confident. So guys, Interceptor 650 has been ruling the markets in this segment, because the bike has no competition, guys. And I believe Royal Enfield is taking all the steps to improve it in the future. And if any of you guys are considering Interceptor 650 as an option to buy a bike, then please do fix on it without any second thoughts. You will never be disappointed. So with this, let me end the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the review, and if you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share with your friends who have booked their Royal Enfields, Interceptor 650s or GT 650s. And also let me know what you think about the new color, the sunset strip. So let me take this U-turn and end the video. So see you in the next video, guys.